Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts. It's time for us to continue the X-Men Evolution journey. This is Season 1, Episode 3, the third episode of the show. Rogue Recruit is the title. So I'm guessing based on that title, we're going to be focusing on Storm, Cyclops, Nightcrawler in this episode. I know, Rogue. Now, she's been in the intro of the show. We haven't seen her yet. By the way, the theme song is really catchy. The more I hear it, I'm like, that's a really cool intro for this show. But Rogue. So, really popular character in the comics. Rogue, of course, in the X-Men 90s animated series, was a fan favorite for a lot of different reasons. I'm not going to go into all that specifically about certain things people point out from that series. But I remember from the 90s show, I really liked Rogue's powers. Basically, that show was my introduction to the characters. And of course, then I started getting into comics and everything, and the toys associated with the show. But I was like, I really like her powers because essentially she could be limitless in terms of her powers, in terms of absorbing other people's abilities or whatever. It's insane. And they've already kind of showed that, where at one point, I think in the intro, she uses Scott's heat blast essentially from his eyes. So she absorbs his powers at some point and uses it. So I'm wondering how they're going to handle Rogue in this show, because there's certain points where Rogue's, in terms of story arc and things like that, can be to where she's limited on how she uses her abilities. It could be limitless to where it's even more of a danger. So I'm curious how they're going to handle Rogue in this show. So I'm ready to get into this episode, guys. I really enjoyed how they introduced Shadowcat, Kitty Pryde, of course, in episode 2. And, of course, Avalanche, which is, of course, a villain being recruited, essentially, by Mystique, still pretending to be that principal at the school. So they're setting up some things, and we're expanding the roster of the X-Men. So I'm curious how they're going to handle Rogue here. So let's get into now, guys. Episode 3. Let's go. There she is. Uh-oh.
Can I help you?
Dance. I mean, would you like to?
After all, where's the harm in one dance?
Oh, there's a harm. Oh, boy.
No! Don't touch him!
What?
Oh, my dear child! Get closer. Make your move.
Oh! Not that close. His memories. Yeah.
My head. Who am I?
Wait, does she not even know who... Wait, I'm confused. I don't know. Rogue. Okay. Yeah, see? Yeah.
What did you do to him?
She didn't do it. I mean, well, technically, but yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, I did take precautions. The phony skin condition, of course, you're coming. I know.
Professor X?
And the others, Xavier's team, they're coming too.
Oh, wait, what?
You got past the automated defenses by using the air vents, but you won't get past me!
That's Wolverine, I think, yeah.
You look a little flushed.
Why is he in a ninja costume exactly?
Stop! It is, at the moment, as much as we can afford, Wolverine.
Was to teach you something about finding the weak points in sophisticated security systems.
That's right, Bob. Gonna need to fix that.
Okay.
Maybe electrify or install poison gas sprayers.
Relax, Kitty. You'll be fine. We're right beside you. Popcorn?
I'm gonna drop out.
You drop out.
She's fully not into the fuzzy dude.
And since it's a weekend, assemble the full team.
Yes, sir. What's the mission?
Cerebro has detected a new mutant in Caldecott County, Mississippi. We have a rogue.
A rogue? I love the Blackbird. It's cool.
Stealth mode stable. Leveling off at 10,000 feet.
You're picking up logistics quickly, Scott.
Good.
Scott seems so, together. From a certain angle.
He may be cute. You're an idiot.
The Blackbird is not the place to be fooling around. Kids.
I think that's who she was talking to. Yeah.
I left the girl in what I thought was your safekeeping.
At the school dance, her mutant powers manifested.
We cannot lose her, especially
Wait,
not
where's she
to
at?
Xavier. She possesses the potential for limitless power.
Oh, so she's thinking that's her home, but it's actually his home.
You won't hurt her, will you? After all, Raven,
I mean...
she's your...
I know, Irene.
Wait,
I know.
she's your what?
Trust me.
She will come to us willingly, given the right incentive.
Who are you and what do you want?
You, girlie. I want you.
Drunk?
I just want you to leave me alone.
So yeah, Mystique's gonna have a hard time trusting Wolverine, the actual Wolverine now.
Got a scent?
Yeah. I smell fear.
Fear? I mean, she is, you
One
know,
well-placed lightning bolt, one ex-mutant.
I'm so confused. Strange thoughts in
I mean,
my head.
I don't blame you for being confused. Uh-oh.
People chasing me. The X-Men?
Yes, mutant hunters. Now hurry, I have a
Mutant
friend who can help
hunters.
you.
The one who attacked me. Run, Irene.
No.
Run.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
That's gotta be her. And Squirt, put on your best face. No sense freaking the poor kid out any more than she already is.
What do you want?
To help you. We're the good guys, especially me.
She doesn't look so tough to me.
Oh, shh.
Kitty, no!
No, Kitty. Oh, no. Oh, no.
What just happened? Where am I? And if there's
How far did you
a
travel?
creature, I think I'm catching on now.
Yeah, you're turning into kind of like them.
How did I...
So her appearance hasn't changed.
Please, don't be dead. Come on, Kitty.
He's not dead, don't worry.
What would Wolverine do?
Smack him in the face.
Besides, dice up like half the...
Kurt's trying to keep her from bolting.
Then we must...
Professor! Professor!
Kitty! Kitty? Not so loud.
This is my fault. I shouldn't have left the little squirrel in charge.
It's a mistake. Yeah. Maybe. Oh.
Hi.
No.
Do I know you? You're Jean Grey. You're like the others.
Relax. Look, if you know who I am, then you know I won't hurt you.
If you want to talk more, you can reach me anytime with this communicator.
Oh. Okay.
No, you won't take me.
No! Wait!
Damn it.
I don't get it. We were connecting and then...
Then she saw me.
I feel bad for her. She's really having a tough time with this. Oh.
The X-Men don't leave loose
It's a
ends.
mistake.
I really did, but some people just won't be helped.
We are your friends.
Shit. That's cool. I gotta admit, that's pretty cool.
The power lines.
Dude, this is crazy.
Storm will be fried.
Yeah. So how are they gonna wrap this up exactly? I don't know.
What do you think happened to the Rogue?
She's gone. Somewhere. But I strongly
Yeah.
suspect the hand of another at work here.
Mystique. She can change her body, but not her scent.
Looks like I missed quite a party.
Yes.
You're
Oh gosh.
right.
Yes, he's fine. Oh.
Welcome to Bayville High. I'm sure you'll be very happy here.
Oh shit.
Happy and safe.
She is a fine addition to our side.
Yeah.
Yes,
You are certain any residual memories of the true X-Men have faded.
positive.
She still has it, okay, the communicator. And now she's at the school now, so... And there you guys have it. That was the third episode of X-Men Evolution. And this was really good, and it subverted my expectations, because I was assuming, based on episode 2 with Shadowcat and Kitty Pryde, that it would end up that the X-Men would overcome, you know, Rogue being scared, because Mystique, of course, was pretending to be Wolverine, and then Storm, that Rogue would end up, you know, like Kitty, with the X-Men at the end, or at least joining them, or coming to Xavier's, you know, mansion and everything, and helping with her powers. Instead, Mystique was successful. However, there is some doubt, but Mystique was the one that had Rogue kind of joining, not really, because she doesn't know all the details, she doesn't really know what's going on, but Magneto's like, good. Like a Palpatine, good. You got Rogue. It's like she possesses all these powers. And they even mention, because Mystique says she has the potential to have a limitless power. And there's a line, a quick little thing, because there was a woman that was taking care of Rogue. Not her mother, but she was taking care of Rogue. I think they're going to reveal that Mystique is Rogue's mom. I think that's what they're going to reveal. I don't know, because there was a line that got cut off saying, you know what, that she's really, or something that you are. Like, I have to go back and actually hear that line again. But the way that it was said, it makes me think that, okay, there's some connection there, possibly.
You won't hurt her, will you? After all, Raven, she's your...
I know, Irene.
I know. I'm pretty sure... Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know what this is. I'm pretty sure that Rogue is Mystique's daughter. It could also be maybe that... Well, I don't know, because, see, they've already shown, I'm pretty sure, Quicksilver in the intro. So Magneto's had a son, but are they potentially saying that... I don't know. I doubt they're going to say that Magneto's daughter is Rogue. They also be going that route, too. Who knows exactly what... There's something. I'm pretty sure it's Mystique's daughter. We'll see with the reveal of what's happening here, but yeah, Rogue stuff. So Rogue accidentally absorbed that football player's memories and abilities, being a football player, essentially. Her first time actually being exposed to this. And I thought at first, is it going to be revealed that she actually knows about her powers, and that's why she's been kind of avoiding, and like that's why she was at that party but not dancing with anybody? But no, she's never experienced it before. And with Rogue and her powers in the comics and different iterations, they've had it to where a lot of the times, of course, Rogue has the memories of some people that she absorbs, or the people that she absorbs, but other times it's kind of vague on, besides the abilities that she absorbs, like what exactly, what's going on. But they're going the route of, like, obviously she's getting more and more understanding what the abilities are, to where because the first guy that she absorbed that dance or whatever, she had no idea. She went to his house because she's like, "Is this my house?" Like, she's like, it's like it's all jarring to her. And of course, that's when Mystique. Because see, when that woman called up, I'm like, "Oh, she's talking to Professor X." No, she's talking to Mystique. Okay, there's something else going on in play here. Like, then she's like, "Yeah, then the X-Men, they're going to show up too," because before all this happened, they were doing a security type of testing where Wolverine was pretending to be some sort of ninja or something. And he was getting through everything pretty efficiently in terms of the venting system, and realizing they needed to upgrade. And it just didn't dawn on me for the first couple seconds when they've kind of, wrapped up that little training session and they're kind of talking in that, like, tower area within the danger room, and Kitty's there. It didn't click, oh yeah, Kitty! Like, because she wasn't here in the first episode. She was recruited at the end of episode 2. It just wasn't clicking for a few seconds. I'm like, oh, Kitty, like, yeah, like, this is your first time really seeing all this. Like, and then she even says, like, is this kind of weird to everybody else? And they're like, no, this is business as usual for the X-Men. But Mystique coming into play in terms of being a part of the narrative versus in episode 2 at the very end where she shows up and recruits Avalanche. Here, she actually infiltrates and makes it to where Rogue does not end up with the X-Men, even though she still has that communication device that Jean gave her around the middle, in the third act, essentially, of the episode. She still had at the very end of the episode, though. So there's still that thing there. Plus, she's going to the school that Cyclops and Jean Grey and, Kurt, and I'm assuming Kitty is going to start going to. So eventually they're going to run into Rogue at school and Avalanche. So it's like a thing to where they're recruiting kids for their team, Mystique and Magneto, but they're putting them in the same school as the X-Men. I don't know. It's kind of a little strange thing. But I think, I don't know what thinking is. I kind of lost train of thought there for a second. Apologies. Okay, so she gets chased by Mystique as Wolverine, which was funny, because when he first runs into the room, he jumps and slams into the closet door, breaks it like a drunk. And then when Mystique turned into Mystique turned into Storm, she had like a little explosion or whatever to seem like it's a lightning strike to make it seem convincing. Because she could transform her look, can't actually use powers. With Wolverine, it's just claws, so she can do that, I guess. Mimic it. But I thought it was pretty interesting. But of course, Rogue was freaking out and shit. And then Rogue, of course, absorbed Kurt's abilities, Nightcrawler. And of course, Kitty at this point, too. Kitty's like, feeling bad because he's knocked out. But earlier, he tried to impress her by, jumping from one spot to another. Here's some popcorn, and then when they're on the jet, he's flying the jet, which is like, okay, he's flying the jet now, because they reference that in episode 1. He wanted to learn how to fly the Blackbird or whatever, and Cyclops says, yeah, sure, and so he's actually doing it, and then he decides to go outside outside the Blackbird on the nose of it to impress Kitty, and of course then he starts tumbling, he tumbles in, and idiot. But I think Kitty's starting to like Nightcrawler a little bit now, so there's a turning point there. But it was awkward. I don't know why he did it on the Blackbird. He's just an idiot. But then again, it could be seen as annoying, but at the same time, he's a teen. Okay, he's not thinking these things through clearly. But Mystique was successful in scaring Rogue, and of course, when Rogue ends up booping, or what's the word we want to use? Because I think he used the word for when he's jumping around, but when he's reappearing and disappearing, he said a word for that. But when Rogue was doing that in the cemetery, he was doing it really fast, so I'm guessing she could just keep using as much as she can until eventually the powers go away, because after she absorbs Storm's powers, there's no control, and then she even disappears from that. So she had both abilities at the same time, because I think there was a thing to where Rogue, like different iterations of Rogue, some can absorb multiple powers at once, multiple different abilities. Others to where it kind of like, okay, once you grab something else, and the other one kind of goes away. I've seen that happen sometimes in iterations like that, because they always try to find different ways for the X-Men, and of course in Marvel and DC characters in general, if they have powers, to kind of change the parameters or exactly what they can do. So in this one, she is a force to be reckoned with, because she can essentially absorb Wolverine's invulnerability. She can absorb Storm's like her actual weather powers, Cyclops' powers. She could absorb Kitty's powers. She could absorb pretty much all the X-Men at once and be unstoppable for that short amount of time. Pretty much. Like, that's crazy. I thought it was interesting too, because the first 2 episodes of the show, we've seen of course all these characters kind of being around, but it was nice that in terms of, it's a weekend, because they had to make sure the point, it's a weekend, it's not a school night, let's assemble the whole team. Even though Kitty's like, I'm gonna get out, she's like disappeared through the floor. Now like, no, come back, we're all gonna go on a mission. We're gonna go save. And I like how they called her the Rogue. She's the one who's on the run and everything, and she's a danger to herself and of course others, because her abilities are such to where she literally could have killed people with her powers that she can absorb and everything with her abilities. And I like how that's what they're going to refer to her as, the Rogue. So that's how she gets her name Rogue. It's because she's the Rogue. So that's kind of cool how they use that, because a lot of times they ask Rogue her name, and she says, my name's Rogue. Or she has, maybe there's another name she can use, but she also goes by Rogue as well. So, but in this instance, like, we're calling her the Rogue. So that's how they're going to do it. I'm wondering if Rogue is actually going to be a part of Mystique's team and then eventually makes the turn. I don't know. Wonder how they're going to handle that. But I was surprised, like I was saying in the beginning of the review here. I was actually quite surprised. They went the route of, okay, we're going to subvert your expectations. It's not going to end up with the X-Men at the end like Kitty was at the end of episode 2. So I'm like, okay, surprising me. So overall, had a good time with this episode, and I'm curious where we're going to go from here. I mean, with the intro, I think there's a character called Spike. I think that's his name. And I think is there another character they show in the intro that we haven't been introduced yet? I think maybe not. I don't remember. But so I'm just enjoying the intro, not really like paying too much attention to it, but I'm just enjoying the music. But I'm curious to see where we go from here in terms of what's next. I'm assuming we're going to maybe follow up on the Rogue story next. I mean, depending on whatever happens next, I guess. But I really enjoyed the episode. It was great to see the X-Men kind of working together, and, Kurt trying to, of course, find the Black Rebels to take the initiative to try to help Rogue and everything, trying to help her. And all that, because Wolverine, I think, would be a little too aggressive. Plus, she's scared about Wolverine because Mystique is Wolverine. I'm ready for Magneto. I'm ready to actually see Magneto, because he's still hiding. Now, he was actually in the room this time, besides being in the reflection of episode 1, but I want to see him. I want to see his actual costume, because they don't show him in the intro at all. Like, so we've heard him twice. I want to see his actual suit. I want to see him in the shadow. I want to see him in the forefront. I want to see Magneto. But it's a build-up. It's okay. Because literally Magneto was a major point in the X-Men 90s series. It makes sense. Okay, we're going to do a version of Magneto. But we're going to wait. Because they're focusing on a lot of other characters, plus we're introducing characters into the mix in terms of ones who weren't in episode 1, so we gotta take our time, so it's okay. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. I'm curious to know your thoughts about the episode. Let me know in the comments below, guys. I'm pretty sure I covered everything. If I missed something, I do apologize, but anyways, talk to you guys soon. Peace out.